starts now.
I got no time to lose today. Today, we will learn about 3 local legends from Rhinelander, and we will talk to 2 members of the state-bound Three Lakes basketball team. We'll get to all that in a bit, but first, here's your top 4 at 4. One person is dead following a snowmobile crash in Iron County over the weekend. The rider left the roadway and struck a tree. He died at the scene. And according to the DNR, this marks the 10th fatal snowmobile crash in Wisconsin this riding season. 4 of those have occurred just in Iron County. Also, 8 of the 10 crashes have involved the operator leaving their route and striking a tree. With wolf harvest numbers nearing their limit, the season will end tomorrow instead of Sunday. Zones 2, 5, and 6 will close at 10 a.m. tomorrow. You can see that on the screen. Zones 1, 3, and 4 will close at 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. And here are the updated numbers as of 3 p.m. And as you can see in Zone 2, which is our zone here in the Northwoods, has exceeded its quota by 4 wolves already. 82 wolves have been killed so far in the state. Each year, Raptor Education Group, Inc. in Anago becomes a home to hundreds of injured owls. But recently, they've seen more than usual. There were 10 new intakes in just a matter of days recently, and Reggie Director Marge Gibson said that's because many owls are starving. This year, the fluctuating burst of high and low temperatures has created a struggle for raptors who dive into the snow to hunt. We'll have more on this story at 5. The Rhinelander City Council voted unanimously last night to host the annual St. Patty's Day Parade. Last year, the event was canceled because of COVID-19, and many council members spoke last night about how people should be well acquainted with social distancing guidelines and should understand how to be safe. To be in the March 13th parade, call Jack Winkler at the number on the screen, 715-369-3030. And by the way, more than 50 groups are participating. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Willard joins us now. Jeff, it's warm out there. How we doing?
Yeah, hey Dan, happy Tuesday. Let's play Can You Find the Difference between this picture of the Caribbean and this picture of Rhinelander right now. Lots of sunshine today with temperatures back in the 40s right now in Rhinelander with a west wind at 9, making it feel like 30s, but who cares? That sun felt great today before the clouds rolled back in. 41 for Wausau as well, a southwest breeze at 13, making it feel much colder. And around the horn, everybody's having a wonderful above average day. Even a few mid-40s across central Wisconsin earlier. Those, though, are a problem because now we have some precipitation moving in the form of rain and snow. So here's our winter weather advisory for tonight into tomorrow morning. The counties you see here in blue or purple likely to receive 3, 4, 5 inches of snow tonight into tomorrow morning. And there's that map again, generally north of Highway 8 this evening. Look for snow about 8, 9 o'clock tonight, lingering into tomorrow morning. That snow could be heavy at times. Your full forecast at 5 o'clock.
Get softer skin and cleaner clothes with a new water softener from Menards. Water softeners reduce high amounts of minerals from the water, eliminating hard water stains and leaving you with better tasting water. Morton water softeners have easy-to-read displays to help monitor the salt levels. This 27,000 grain water softener is great for small to medium-sized households. It's $319.99 after 11% rebate. Get 11% off everything right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Everyone sleeps at Tomahawk Furniture and Gun with prices so low you'll have to bend over to see them. Prices that'll make your eyes pop out. Want to sleep watching TV? Check out our recliners. You want to pass out face first in a sofa? Check out our sofas. And beds. We've got beds. Check us out. Prices so low you'll think we're crazy. Because everyone sleeps at Tomahawk Furniture and Gun.
What are you doing?
Dude, I'm so excited. I just can't wait for summer.
Can't wait to get on the water? Then go to the biggest and best boat show only at American Marine and Motorsports in Shawano. Lowest prices guaranteed. We're matching deposits up to $1,000 on select products. We have more boats and pontoons in stock than anywhere else. Don't get left out in the cold. Get to the American Marine Boat Show this week, Thursday through Sunday, Shawano.
Johnny Greaves is back in Eagle River this weekend for the Arctic Derby Dash UTV races. Check out derbycomplex.com for tickets and information.
Gold Medal Trailer Sales off Highway 51 in Merrill has new and used trailers, full service customer service department, large selection of parts, and now offering trailer rentals.
Jeff, you remember my glorious Quincy, right?
Yes.
Well, here's in early stages. There's Devin helping me build it. And man, what a creation, what a modern display of architectural abilities by myself.
Oh, big words.
However, Jeff.
Oh, no.
It has crumbled.
Did it crumble?
I think these warm temperatures have crushed it.
Can you still get in there?
No, you can't. And I think I got a little arrogant with the skylight made of ice. I think it was a little too heavy.
That sounds like you, yep.
Well, we are out of time. Thanks for that little jab at the end, Jeff. We'll be right back. We're going to hear from Bill Vankos from the Rhinelander Historical Society. That'll be just in 2 minutes.
$9.95 at my age?
$9.95. No way.
$9.95? That's impossible.
Hi, I'm Jonathan, a manager here at Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company, to tell you it is possible. If you're age 50 to 85, you can get life insurance with options starting at just $9.95 a month.
Okay, Jonathan, I'm listening. Tell me more.
Just $9.95 a month for Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life insurance plan. There are no health questions to answer, and there are no medical exams to take. Your acceptance is guaranteed. You can't be turned down because of your health, even if you have health problems or take medication.
Guaranteed acceptance? I like guarantees. Keep going.
And with this plan, your rate is locked in for your lifetime, so it will never go up. Perfect if you're on a fixed budget.
Sounds good to me, but at my age, I need the security of knowing it won't get canceled as I get older.
This is lifetime coverage as long as you pay your premiums. It can never be canceled. So you get lifetime security. And for extra peace of mind, you also have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So don't wait. Call now for free information. You'll also get this free beneficiary planner. Use this valuable guide to record your important information and give helpful direction about your final wishes to your loved ones. And it's yours free. It's our way of saying thank you, just for calling. So call now.
Don't wait. Operators are standing by. Call now for free information and your free gift. Call 1-800-574-0465. That's 1-800-574-0465. Take the first step and lock in your lifetime rate for just $9.95 a month. Call 1-800-574-0465. That's 1-800-574-0465. Call now.
Welcome back to Up North at 4. We are still doing our How We Got Here series. And joining me today from the Rhinelander Historical Society is Bill Vankos. Bill, how are you doing today?
Doing great, thank you.
Today, we're going to talk about some legends from Rhinelander, 3 of them, in fact. So I'm going to just give the floor to you, Bill.
All right. So today I picked 3 what I would call more contemporary legends. So I would like to nominate them to the Up North at 4 Legends Hall of Fame, okay?
Okay.
So the first person I picked was Steve Shelbrack. Steve was well known for his aviation early on in the Rhinelander history. He started out 6th grade education. He was very mechanically inclined. He had a number of businesses, body shops and things like that. But he also had a love for aviation. So at age 23, he got his pilot's license and he started an aviation business. He would do sightseeing. He would do charters. He would do all kinds of things like that. In the late 40s, he actually started an air ambulance service, and which was first in the Northwoods. And we can relate today to the COVID-19 era. They had the polio era back then. And people, of course, tried to stay away from anybody that they thought had polio for fear of catching it. Well, Steve takes one of his planes, cuts a big hole in the side, puts a large door in it that could facilitate a bed going in it. And he was flying polio patients down to Milwaukee for treatment. So instead of avoiding them and running away from them, here he is enclosed in a plane flying them down there. So he became more and more interested in the aviation. It was the starting point of it. So it was hard to make a living off of it at that point. But he became the first airport manager. The first Rhinelander airport was located on the county fairgrounds, which is in the area, if you're familiar with it, a block off of Lincoln Street, where the city shops are, where the UPS is, where the armory is, that area. So that was the first airport. So he started being the airport manager in 1926, and he was the manager until 1959. It was a part-time job then. In early days, they didn't have daily flights. And I talked to his daughter, who said that early on he was getting paid something like $30 a month was his pay for it. So he had his other businesses that was obviously supporting the family. That's my first submission. My second one, with this time of year, we're talking about basketball tournaments and March Madness. So I would like to nominate the second person, Johnny Cotts, who was a very gifted athlete, especially in basketball. Started out in, in grade school. His first team that he was on that had a coach, his coach was Jim Williams, who is obviously the middle school is named after Jim. So he was his first coach. Johnny went to school in the Central School, and there was a very gifted group of about 5 guys, Johnny being one of them, that just really were gifted athletes and did very well. In 6th grade, they challenged the 7th graders to a basketball game. And at halftime, the 7th graders hadn't scored a point yet, and they refused to finish the game. They just walked off. So the 6th graders challenged the 8th graders. They beat them. The 8th graders did score a bit against them, but they still beat them. So when they got to high school, this team, obviously had played together for many years and was extremely, extremely good. They ended up winning the state tournament their senior year in 1939. Their coach name was Russ Letzkel, and he came from Minnesota, and he came with a unique change to the sport, and that was the one-handed shot. Prior to that, everything was a set shot, a two-handed set shot. So this one-handed, and the theory behind that was everybody's got a dominant hand, and you have better accuracy if you're shooting with that one hand rather than using both of them. So it was very unique at the time. But the team was unbelievably successful. Johnny himself was Wisconsin Valley All-Conference, 3 years in football, all 4 in basketball. He set a career scoring record. In 36 of the games, he personally scored more points than the opponents in total. He played 3 straight WIA state tournaments and then won the one in 39. And so just had a phenomenal career. After high school, he wasn't sure what he was going to do. And so a gentleman by the name of Jack Milra, who was the president of the Thunder Lake Lumber Company, that was the last sawmill that was here in Rhinelander, offered to help pay his way to go to Madison. He wanted him to stay in the state, and he wanted him to pursue his basketball career. Johnny struggled with that and insisted on signing notes that he would pay him back someday. So between that and sweeping floors at the Capital Times down in Madison, he was able to pay for his education. Kept going there. Back in those days, the freshmen had one team, couldn't play on varsity, so they had a separate team, and then the upperclassmen were the varsity. So their freshman year, and at that point, Penny Drevis, who was one of the other 5, and another gentleman went down to Madison with Johnny, and so the freshmen played the varsity and beat them. So it just continues with his success. So in the 1940-41 season, they won 15 straight games. Now he was on the varsity at that point. And they won the NCAA basketball championship. And Johnny was named the outstanding player of that game in the 41-42 season. He scored what at that time was his career scoring record for points. And again, that one-handed shot was still fairly unique even at the college level. So he was somewhat unique for that. So the other awards that he won the Big Ten award twice. He won All-American award his senior year, a Big Ten MVP his senior year, and he was the leading scorer in the Big Ten in that. So after his college years, unfortunately, World War II, we got pulled into that, so he served 4 years in the Pacific Theater there. When he came back, he tried his hand at professional and actually played for the Sheboygan Redskins for a couple of seasons, but he got married and was starting a family, and you just couldn't support it based on that. So he went back to Madison and got a job at the Badger Sporting Goods store, started in shipping, went into sales, and when he retired, he was actually the president and major stockholder of it. When he was in sales, he was very welcomed around the state. His reputation was there, and he would put on little mini clinics for the basketball team as he went around. So he was welcomed with open arms at the schools, and that obviously related into good sales. So he was a very good salesman. So that's Johnny Cotts. Now, staying with the basketball theme, my third submission is a lady by the name of Helen Honson. And in the early days, before Title IX, girls' athletics was pretty few and far between. Really, the only official athletic program that a girl could be involved in was cheerleading. It seems so archaic, but that's what it was back then. So she did show at an early age of her skills. She started playing with the Southside kids, and then in the summer, the city had a Parks and Rec department, and they would put on events and sporting clinics and everything for the children. And so her first official coach was, again, Jim Williams, who we mentioned with Johnny, who was in the summer, his job was working for Parks and Rec. So he got her started. So there was a club sport for basketball for the girls, but they had little money, no busing, and nothing like that going on. So her real claim to fame starts after high school. And she's involved with the Parks and Rec as an adult and when she's working. And one night there was a benefit, a ladies basketball team benefit playing at the Memorial Building, and she was taking tickets, as the volunteer, and she heard that they had an opening for a basketball player. She thought, well, maybe this is a good thing to try. So she leaves for a few years, and she participates in three different teams that she moved around with. One of them was actually owned by Abe Saperstein, who owned the Harlem Globetrotters. So he had the kind of the female version, if you will, of the Globetrotters, and they would do benefits and put on shows and stuff as they went around. So she did that for a few years. Actually, in I think 3 years, they put on something like 80,000 miles traveling around the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. But in 1940, the country was starting to prepare that they thought they were going to get pulled into World War II, and so gas rationing started, and they had to stop. So she came back to Rhinelander and went back to work at the courthouse, but she was very involved in that Parks and Rec program. She was playing, yet she was coaching, she was reffing, she was taking tickets, whatever it took. So she did that for probably 20 some years. She was excellent in virtually every sport. I think you'd be better off listening to sports she wasn't involved in than when she was. Everything from basketball to volleyball. She was a city tennis champion for a number of years, excellent at golf and all of those things. So even though she was held back, if you will, because of the gals not having the same opportunities that the guys did back then, she still was able to show her skills and made herself and the community very proud in the process.
Bill Vankos from the Rhinelander Historical Society. Bill, thank you for sharing about these three legends. You know what? I agree. They are now in the Up North at 4 Legend Hall of Fame. So thank you for your submission.
Thank you for allowing them in.
Exciting things call for a drum roll, like this new offer on one of Wisconsin's favorite lotto games. It's Badger 5 with Lightning Ball. During February, there's a 1 in 3 chance that a lightning ball strikes a play. When it does, players get an extra number, which means better odds of winning a prize. Jackpot not included, only in February. This exciting offer from the Wisconsin Lottery is going fast.
Since its inception 5 years ago, Incredible Bank Foundation and Incredible Bank employees and owners have donated nearly $1,250,000 to charities throughout the Minocqua and Eagle River area. But the truest measure of our support comes from our employees, who have contributed 4,000 hours in 5 short years to community organizations that better the lives of residents living in Minocqua and Eagle River. Incredible Bank, helping you start something incredible and finishing it.
Hello, I'm William Shatner, and you may not know this about me, but years ago, I was diagnosed with a sleep disorder. And like millions of others, I was prescribed sleep equipment. Did you know sleep equipment manufacturers recommend daily cleaning? That's why I use SoClean 2. It's the perfect complement to my daily routine, and it's hassle-free. Try SoClean 2 risk-free for 30 nights and get $100 off. Call the number on your screen or go to SoClean2.com. Call now.
At U-Haul, we know moving can be stressful. Hey guys, can you all help us move? It's tough to find the right help for the job. I'm busy that weekend. Sorry, man. I didn't tell you what weekend. That's why we created MovingHelp.com. MovingHelp.com is an online marketplace for booking reliable, affordable muscle for your move.
Thank you.
Find the right team for the right time at a locked-in price. Safe, convenient, reliable. Moving Help, powered by U-Haul. Your move made easier.
Welcome back to Up North at 4. I'm now joined by Taylor Calling and Sydney Lurvey from the Three Lakes basketball team that is state-bound, by the way. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing great, thanks. I'm doing also good, thanks.
Well, for the people at home, we had some technical issues, which is why we're a little bit giddy, but we're going to power through. So let's start with Sydney here. Sydney, what was going through your head when you beat Athens and you were officially state-bound?
Oh gosh, it was probably one of the most amazing experiences and feelings of my lifetime. The rush of excitement and emotions and adrenaline. We were all crying, hugging. It was the most special experience I've ever had, and especially to be able to do it with my teammates who are also all of my best friends and my coach who is also my dad. That was just a very special moment. It was unreal.
When that final buzzer sounded, it was a crazy feeling. Like the emotions kicked in right away. We were all crying and hugging, like Sydney said. And then the biggest thing is like imagining, like 4 years ago, I never thought we would be here. And now it's crazy that we are going to state. It's like a dream come true. And I think everyone is so proud of our team and our coaches are proud of us. And we're all just so excited.
Well, let's talk about 4 years ago. You guys are both seniors. So let's start with Taylor in this one. Tell me about that 4-year journey to make it to state in your senior year.
The 4-year journey has definitely been a long one because my freshman year, I actually was not at Three Lakes. So it was a really tough year, barely winning, and we didn't even get a chance at playoffs because we didn't have enough players. But then I made the decision to come to Three Lakes, and each year we've been improving and getting better at working as a team. And like our coach always told us that like he knows when we can do something. And at the very first practice, he said, I know you guys can get to state. Like you guys are good. And he always just pushed us to be our best. And I think that definitely helped all the hard work.
It was definitely a short 4 years for me. It feels like I had just been a freshman the other day. But we've been working hard for those past 4 years and developing that bond with teammates. My sophomore year is kind of when we had to rebuild our team because we had lost a bunch of senior talent my freshman year. So we started rebuilding. And since my sophomore year, we've been working towards this goal and developing our talent and working together and building that team relationship. We really work like a team. We know where each other is. So I think that's a big reason why we made it to state this year is because we've all been playing together for so long. And it's just been a crazy journey. It's been the best one, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
I have to mention, both you guys are 1,000-point scorers, so that's for the people at home, because I know you wouldn't say that yourselves. But I want to ask you guys very briefly here. You guys are facing Blackhawk. Top seeded, has won 75 games straight. How do you prepare for a team like that? We'll go Sydney first.
Well, we try to keep the mental aspect in it. Just because that they've won 75 straight doesn't mean that we can't be their first loss. So we like to keep that in mind. We definitely know how good they are, and we definitely know that they have a lot of talent. But we don't let that get to us. We still work hard. We push towards that goal, and we try not to think too much about it and put ourselves down before the game even comes. So we're still working hard towards our goal, and we're trying to get past that first game at state.
Yeah, like what City said, it's definitely a mental thing that just because they're undefeated and everything doesn't mean we can't win. Like, people are already upset that we made it this far, but like, just because we made it to state doesn't mean we need to stop at the first game. So I think that's definitely pushing the team to work a lot harder, to think nobody expects us to win. Let's win this game and get to the championship.
Nothing to lose. I love that. Thank you, both of you, for joining me, and good luck at state.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name's Arthur, Merrill, Wisconsin. In August of 2019, I started getting numbness in my feet. By July of 2020, my feet were so numb, I lost a sense of balance. I thought I was walking on stilts. I seen this ad for spinal aid. I took 20 treatments from them, and by then my feet were 90% better and no longer felt as I was walking on stilts.
Are you experiencing weakness, numbness, and/or pain in your feet or hands? These sensations might even be affecting other areas of your body along with your balance. You might have already been diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy and are taking drugs such as Lyrica, gabapentin, or Cymbalta that never seems to help. Neuropathy pain ultimately diminishes your quality of life. Call Spinal Aid of Wausau today to see if our treatment methods are right for you. Call 715-203-1508 to schedule your neuropathy severity consultation or visit us at spinalaid.com.
ELM Repair in Edgar is a family-owned and operated full-service diesel repair shop. From pickups to semi-trucks to heavy equipment and RV service. If it runs on diesel, we can repair it. Want more power and better mileage? Our experienced professionals will get your truck running and at peak performance. With a state-of-the-art dyno and fully stocked parts department, we can even come out to you with our 24-hour mobile repair service. ELM is always looking for passionate and talented people to join our team. The Diesel Doctor, have it done right the first time at ELM Repair.
Do you know a local teen who demonstrates exemplary character and is a role model in the community? Hi, I'm Newswatch 12's Justin Betting.
And I'm meteorologist Jeff Weller. We'll be hosting the YMCA Teen Character Awards on April 15th. We need you to nominate a teen who demonstrates the Y's core values: caring, honesty, responsibility, and respect.
Teachers, counselors, neighbors, family, friends are all encouraged to nominate someone using the nomination form.
This is an opportunity for you to recognize a teen who demonstrates the Y's core values.
Olsen Solar Energy wants you to know that there's a lot to consider when you think about solar energy. Consider a lower or no energy bill. There's a federal tax credit as well as other rebates and incentives to consider. You may not have considered that a solar energy system increases property value without increasing property taxes and works for homes and businesses. Isn't it time to consider a free evaluation? Call 579-0474 or go to olsensolarenergy.com.
Alrighty, tomorrow we're heading down to Seymour, oddly, because they have the claim of making the first hamburger in the world, Jeff. We're going to see if that claim is correct. Then we're going to Eagle River on Thursday, Antigo on Friday. Next week, Monday for Merrill, and it's being blocked now, but we're going to Three Lakes on Tuesday. And Jeff, we have some snow on the way, don't we?
We'll be tracking through some snow tomorrow. A widespread 2 to 4 inch snowfall on the way for us tonight. Here's that map. A sharp cutoff, though, south of Marathon County. This will make traveling tricky tonight into tomorrow. Be careful, as there'll be lots of roadways covered with snow tonight.
Thank you, Jeff. Put those windshield wipers up tonight, and we will see you tomorrow.